Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how do we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the E-Commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-Commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's E-Commerce Minute episode 595.
In today's episode, Alibaba Singles Day 2019 breaks another record.
For those who may not know what Alibaba Singles Day is, let us explain. Singles Day is a Chinese holiday that originated from Nanjing University to be a celebration for single people during the 1990s. The date corresponds with 4 ones, representing 4 singles. It was originally called Bachelor's Day due to how 4 male college students decided on this day to celebrate the idea of being single. The idea spread to different universities and eventually into mainstream culture, evolving over time as something men and women can enjoy. The holiday serves as a time when people can meet up and socialize at parties and has also become one of the most popular shopping days in China. The rest, as they say, is history, and now Singles Day is a billion-dollar shopping frenzy that people across the globe look forward to annually. Last year, $30 billion worth of goods were sold on Alibaba's platforms, which makes last year's Cyber Monday $7.9 billion U.S. e-commerce sales look like mere chump change. This year, the extravaganza garnered a record $38.4 billion in sales with a B. Alibaba said that 15 different companies each grossed over $143 million, or 1 billion yuan, in sales. Almost 300 different brands each sold over $14.3 million in gross merchandise. Those included brands like LVMH's Givenchy, sportswear manufacturer Under Armour, and home appliance makers Dyson and Philips. Alibaba kicked off the 24-hour shopping event on Monday with deals and deep discounts galore, and a performance by the megastar Taylor Swift. Kim Kardashian West even did a Tmall live stream promoting her beauty line KKW to garner more hype and ultimately more coin for the event. But Alibaba co-founder Jack Ma said the company's Singles Day performance missed expectations and blamed the hot weather and the fact that the huge shopping event fell on a weekday. He also said he hoped the government would give people a half a day off of work for future Singles Day events.
What?
Take a half a day off and go shopping. Go ahead. Singles Day intense marketing campaign underscores the growing competition with smaller rivals like Pinduoduo, PDDN, which held its own Singles Day event on the same day. The e-commerce upstart has signaled its intentions to break Alibaba and rival JD.com's stronghold on wealthy Chinese shoppers, saying that half of the app's users now hail from first and second tier cities. Another big shopping day for Alibaba.
Well, I mean, we make fun of like a day off. Technically, Black Friday is day off, right?
It's true. But we only spend what, 1/72?
Not even close.
1/3, 1/8 of what?
What is it? They spent $1 billion in the first 60 seconds of the.
So Bart, we're going on almost the 3rd year of doing this podcast, and each year our draws hit the table like with these numbers and how quick that's really the real stat here. What was it? It's $1 billion in the first minute and 8 seconds and reached 84 billion won in the first hour, up 22% from last year's early haul of 69 billion won.
I wonder if it's just because of the morning deals or stuff like that. I guess we would have to dig into it more. But, I mean, you look at, I think Prime Day for Amazon, it's not even close to those numbers, but I think they spread it out over the day, right?
Yeah, and I don't even think it's a day anymore, is it? Isn't it like they leak things?
Like a day or two, yeah, but it's like they do spread it out instead of just being all at once.
But
so
these numbers
are
just insane.
You know what I just noticed? I feel like, didn't Taylor Swift perform at the Prime event too?
Maybe.
And she performed at this too?
That would be something that you would know.
You're right about that. I think she did. That's interesting. You know an event's big when they get Taylor Swift to do it.
Did you get your Harry Styles tickets, Brittany?
I did. It was a battle. It was a struggle. There was sweat, tears, blood. But
our listeners don't know, but we had to rejigger our whole entire recording schedule due to the fact that Harry Styles tickets had to be purchased. So there's that.
Shout out Harry if you're listening.
Shout out to Harry.
I have no words. I mean, this is like a huge shopping thing for them, and it always going to rival anything close to what US does, even the holiday season. Although this year's holiday season is very short, so I wonder what those numbers are going to look like.
Yeah, and Christmas is on a Wednesday this year. It's like kind of
Thanksgiving
weird.
is really, really late. It's a 5 weeks of November, so it's definitely. I mean, I guess we'll know after this weekend or next weekend what it's going to look like, right?
Yeah, this is true.
The Thursday to Tuesday shopping.
That's right. We have to do our famous Black Friday episode. Do we have a famous Black Friday episode? We should. Probably should.
Apparently. So this is kind of, I mean, it's definitely the amount of stuff they sell is absolutely crazy. Did they sell some funny stuff this year?
That I didn't. It was
like fish and shrimp and stuff.
Yeah, I remember. Right, like we did the first one. It was like they sold a record amount of shrimp. I didn't see any of those fun stats this year.
Yeah,
it's all just about
either.
No. Mm-mm. Yeah, because one of our older podcasts, we listed all the like shrimp and seafood they sold in the first minute. It was like mind-boggling.
I didn't even know that was an
option.
A thing.
Yes, that was an option. Believe it or not.
I love that. When is Amazon going to start selling shrimp on Prime Day?
Who knows? Well, actually, I mean, to be fair, they can with Whole Foods and
with Whole Foods
stuff. Yeah, this is true.
They actually make sense, and it's free delivery. Yeah, they can actually do it.
You know what? We'll probably see some blowout sales of some certain food items this year via the Whole Foods.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, well.
Hey, Brittany, why don't you tell us about today's sponsor?
Well, today's sponsor is us.
Wait, Sumo Heavy? Us?
Yep.
Tell me more.
Hey, listeners. Did you know Sumo Heavy has a weekly newsletter? Yep, you heard that correctly. Sumo Heavy publishes a weekly newsletter filled with our latest blog posts, e-commerce news, and tips, as well as e-commerce events and job listings. We've also got a feature called Our Latest Obsession, which is our one favorite thing we found on the internet that week. Each jam-packed email drops bright and early every Friday morning, so get in the know and join our other super smart subscribers. Head on over to bit.ly/Sumo Heavy newsletter. You can subscribe and also read all of our past issues. Don't get left out. All the cool kids are doing it. Subscribe now. Seriously, go subscribe to our newsletter.
Go, do it now. That address is bit.ly/Sumo Heavy newsletter. And for you boomers, it's bit.ly/Sumo Heavy newsletter. I'm sad that I have to point that out, but some people might not get that. All right, wrap it up with a quick stat time. 90% of sales on Singles Day happen via smartphone, a completely unheard of thing in the US. We're almost there, but 90%, that is bonkers. The total number of delivery orders on 11/11 also increased 24% to 1.29 billion compared to 1.04 billion last year. And retail sales were 60% of Chinese GDP growth in the first half of this year. Boy, they are shopping over there. And finally, Wall Street predicted that 11/11 would grow by around 20%, a sign that Chinese consumption is weak and the economy is slowing down. But our numbers actually grew 25.7%, according to Jack Ma, who is telling the truth. We don't know.
Jack Ma loves what he does.
And one final note, we understand, listeners, that you have other podcasting and news options out there, and we appreciate you, the listener. So if you do us a favor, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and leave us a favorable review on iTunes. And also a final note, just remember, cats can have a little salami as a treat. You guys got anything else?
Nope.
All right, that's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow, full of more useful information like that.
Meow.
That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media @Sumo Heavy.